Hi everyone. So I'm feeling a little bit lazy this week, or at least these past couple of days. So the video's late and it's coming from my computer's camera because I just don't have time to set up all my equipment and I wanted to get this video out to you guys. So I'm just going to jump in. As you saw from the title, this is my August wrap up. Today is the final day in August. And I'm honestly not expecting to finish a book today, but there's a very good chance that I might finish a book, so I will talk about that book a little bit. So I'm going to start with the books that I actually did finish this month. The first book that I finished this month I actually don't own a copy of, and it's The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This book isn't out yet. It comes out in November, I believe, and I have a full review video already up on my channel about this one, so I will link it here or down below or both if you want to check that out. It was a great book. I gave it 5 stars. The next book that I picked up is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. This is the first book in a duology I've heard, and it tells the story of a human and a monster, and the city is divided up, and some stuff happens, and honestly wasn't a huge fan. It kind of felt like a chore to read this one. I did finish the entire book, but mostly because I kept hearing that it gets better, but it was just kind of okay. I might continue on with the second book, but there's no guarantees. I'm not like excited to pick it up because this just didn't entertain me like at all. I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars, I think. So yeah, I didn't overly enjoy it. I'm not going to go into it any further. I'd rather move on to books that I did enjoy. So the next book that I read was With Malice by Eileen Cook. This is one of the books that was sent to me for review a few months ago, and I finally got to it, and I was so excited to read this. This is such a good read. It only took me about 3 days to get through this, maybe less than that. And it was very fast paced and I really enjoyed it. It's very much for fans of We Were Liars, or maybe even Pretty Little Liars if you're fans of that. It's nice and short. I gave this one 4 stars. And the last book that I've actually finished this month when I'm filming this is The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson. This is the book that I have been carrying in my purse. It is what I read when I'm waiting for someone or on break at work. And it was really short. It did take me a bit long to read because you really have to pay attention with this one. It's a memoir about a woman who's in a relationship with someone who's transitioning so that they're so they're non-binary with the genders, and she wants to have a child, and so it's kind of like her life throughout the pregnancy and having her child, as well as throughout the transition with her partner. So it was really good. I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. So I also have a couple books started that I want to talk about. The first one is Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. I'm about 30% left until I finish this, so I'm hoping to finish this today. If not, it'll definitely be finished tomorrow. And once I finish this, I'm going to pick up Queen of Shadows again, which I'm not very far in, but I've heard that it's a really quick read, so if I could find some time to actually sit down and just crank through this, I'm sure I would really enjoy it. I'm really hoping to finish this before next week when Empire of Storms comes out. The audiobook that I have been reading this month is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. This is a non-fiction, I wouldn't necessarily call it a memoir because it's not written by the person or the family. It's someone who heard about Henrietta Lacks and decided to do some investigating and find out like what happened, what's ongoing with their family. It's kind of crazy. Henrietta Lacks had some cells stolen from her this is like back in the 1930s or like something like that. Really long time ago. And her cells started to regenerate like consistently. So there's, I'm pretty sure there's still those like the cells that were not the original cells, but like cells from that same like line, the HeLa cells, are still being used today for scientific research. They helped with the polio vaccine and cancer research, and it's insane. And just hearing the story, because they don't just focus on the science part, although we do get a lot of the science part. They focus a lot on the family and how their lives have changed because of all of this. So that's really interesting too. It is a bit of a slow read for me. I haven't really been into audiobooks lately. I find I have to be in the mood. So I haven't been listening to it a lot. I'm probably still going to be continuing. I'm going to be continuing to read it into September. I don't know how far into September I'm going to be before I start another one, but I am enjoying it. So those are all the books that I read in August or have started in August. Let me know what books you read down below. Have you read any of these? What did you think about them? And I will see you on Friday. Bye!